So we have a force F. F is equal to, in column notation, 9, 13. And then we want to find out the angle between this vector, F, and the vector j. So we can first draw out this vector. It's 9i plus 13j, so 9 in the positive x direction, and then 13 in the positive y direction. And then this is the resultant of the two. That would be F. So we're trying to find out the angle between this vector and the vector j. The vector j is the unit vector in the vertical direction, in the y direction. That's that way. So we're trying to work out what this angle here is. So using the alternate angles rule, we can say that this angle here would be theta. And then to work out theta, we can just use SOHCAHTOA. So this is the opposite, this is the adjacent. What relates those together is tan. So it'll be tan of theta is equal to opposite over adjacent. So theta will then end up being inverse tan of 9 over 13, which is then 34.7 degrees. For part B, we're told that F is the resultant of two forces P and Q, so F, the force F is equal to P plus Q in that case. We're told that P is parallel to the vector 2i plus j, so that means that P is equal to a scalar multiple of 2i minus j. So whenever one vector is parallel to another, that means they're scalar multiples of one another. Here is the scalar multiple. And similarly for Q, Q is parallel to the vector I plus 3j, so Q would be equal to some other scalar multiple, I'll call it gamma, multiplied by the vector 1, 3, I plus 3j. So we can put these together, these two into this equation. We know what F is, and we end up with, so P is 2 alpha minus alpha, just multiplying that out. Add Q, Q is gamma 3 gamma, and that will be equal to F, where F is 913. And then we can look at the I direction, and then we can look at the I components. So 2 alpha plus gamma will equal to 9. That's the I component. And the j component will be minus alpha plus 3 gamma is equal to 13. And then we solve simultaneously. So I'm going to times the second line by 2. So I get minus 2 alpha plus 6 gamma is equal to 26. Add the two things, I get 7 gamma is equal to 35. So gamma is then 5. And then we can work out what alpha is. I can put that into this equation here. So minus alpha plus 3 times gamma is equal to 13. Minus alpha plus 15 is 13. Bring the alpha to the right hand side, bring the 13 to the left. We end up with alpha is equal to 15 minus 13, which is 2. So the question wanted us to work out what P and Q are. So now we can do that. P is equal to alpha times 2 minus 1. So that will be alpha times 2 minus 1. And that will end up being 4 minus 2, just multiplying these by 2. And for Q, Q is equal to gamma multiplied by 1, 3. And then multiplying those out, we get 5, 15.